Did you know that the simple act of writing down your thoughts and feelings can be as powerful as meditation, an antidepressant, a therapy session, talking to a friend, and getting a full night's sleep? Anyone can tap into this ability and turn it into a superpower to help with any problem, goal, or transformation. In this channel, I'll be showing you how to do just that. When I was 10 years old, my mom gave me my first journal. I started writing almost every day, and pretty soon I'd filled it with stories and memories. And I didn't know it at the time, but that was the start of a lifelong conversation. In the decades that followed, my journal evolved into a multi-purpose, multi-layered tool. Through the many ups and downs of my life, like a faithful companion, my journal was there for me. In middle school, it was a safe harbor for my embarrassing secrets and friendship dramas. In high school, it was my catharsis for intense academic pressure and a way to order my internal world. In college, I kept it under my pillow for late-night processing of major identity shifts as I discovered more about who I was and who I wanted to become. In law school, it was an evolving lens for the exploration of my life purpose and a launching pad for independence as a young adult. In my early career and marriage, it was a silent friend who listened as I navigated big changes. No matter how difficult or messy my emotions, I could count on my journal to be there for me. In my 30s, it held space for my struggles with chronic pain, depression, leaving my career, and taking back my health. When I became a parent, it was a lifeline to my former self and a place to mind dump the good, the bad, and the ugly. My first child turns 9 today. Star Wars, baby! This row of journals may look neat, but they chronicle some of the hardest things I've ever dealt with. The loneliness of the early years as a mother, unexpected medical diagnoses, the COVID-19 pandemic. Isn't that true for us all? Now, as a new entrepreneur, my journal, the current one I'm writing in, is where I combat imposter syndrome, brainstorm ideas, dream about my business, and reflect on my progress. At every life stage, I told stories. I poured my emotions onto the page. My journal allowed me to vent in a way that was not acceptable anywhere else. I could express myself fully, without fear. Periodically, I go back and reread my journals. I always learn so much about who I was, who I'm becoming, and what I've gone through. The convergence of circumstances that caused my life to take one direction versus another. The overarching story of finding my voice and learning to love and accept myself. I've done a lot of personal development, and journaling has always been worth the time investment. Over the years, it has paid incredible dividends emotionally. And one day, these volumes will be a legacy for my kids. 75 volumes in 35 years. So why am I telling you all this? Because inside every person is a story that deserves to be heard, to be witnessed, even if it's only by themselves. Every person's voice matters. Journaling, also known as expressive writing, goes deeper than just your thoughts and feelings. It's a window to the subconscious. And it's more than just writing. It's actually listening. Remember how I said journaling has been a lifelong conversation with myself in the present, but also the past and the future. When journaling becomes a habit and builds up over time, it really is magical. You'll find that writing quickly puts you into a flow state where you make important realizations. The more you write, the more you will remember, reclaim, and heal. Anyone can create this sacred space for themselves. If I were to summarize journaling into one word, I would say life. Journaling saved me from chaos, loneliness, depression, perfectionism, limiting beliefs. The list goes on and on. That's why I'm so passionate about journaling and sharing how it has transformed my life, no matter what age. If you can think, feel, and write, you can turn your words into a superpower. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.